Okay, dokie. We carry on with 2-4. 2-4 on the cross of Eden. Huh? Yeah, I'm back into Eden. I'm deeply shattering to be 2-4 in Eden. And have you all felt life fall apart when you're young? After all, one thing about the 2-4 is that their home as children is absolutely essential for them. They need to have a reliable home. They need to be able to feel protected and sheltered within their where they feel comfortable that they're going to. And one of the things about Eden is it's not allowed. And you'll find a lot of very uncomfortable 2-4s on this cross of Eden because here are constantly people trying to pull them out. Normally, that two personality is resilient enough and its defense missing that it can keep away a lot of the extraneous calls. But a 2-4 on this cross, no, they're constantly disturbed by being pulled out of a comfortable environment. And think about it this way: if you have a 2-4 and they're in the house and their parents have invested in the furniture of the house and they're going to leave it basically the same for the 20 years the child grows up, the child is very secure in the environment. But if you have 2-4 on the cross of Eden, all of a sudden the mother can decide to redecorate the whole house, move from the room of the child to another area, and redesign the whole thing. The 2-4 goes nuts. They've lost all this continuity in their life. It's not like it's the same house everywhere. Things aren't where they're supposed to be. There's something wrong. This is a cross of Eden. And of course, as a child, in which way they have no way of articulating what's in fact their genetics, what happens is they internalize that and they internalize that brought through their type. They end up being very angry or frustrated or bitter or disappointment in their parents in life. Why change things as a 2-4? Leave it alone. You can wait to go into paint the room. No, no, don't paint my room. Leave it alone. Don't come in here because they're going to move everything and you're going to touch everything and you're going to shift everything. And I don't want you in here. It's very difficult to 2-4s on this cross. Very difficult. As a matter of fact, they go to so many calls that they never know what call is truly for them. And in the end, they're simply confused. The other thing is that you have a 2-4 in your life and you change the environment too often, they're going to get sick. And one of the things about the 4, we know that is the 4 in the infective. We know that the 4 is the carrier. The 4 is the influence that get it out. But remember, they get it out with their friends. They get it out with their set community, their set community of their parents, the kids. They go to school. This is something that's absolutely essential for them. Even though they're the 2-4, they have to have those contacts. They have to be able to move their influence out. Now, because you're a true personality, you know that's going to take the time to integrate within the group to bring that force conscious, unconscious out. But think about the 4 on the cross of the Eden and the parents change their house, change neighborhoods, change cities, and drag the kid to another place. It's very, very difficult for them to get that out. It's difficult for them to get into a new school and start this process all over again, or trying to deal with their shyness and having to deal with trying to find someone they can bond with. So what happens is that they end up internalizing all of this potential to pass things on. And if you hold on to it long enough, it's going to make you sick, and then you're really going to be thrown out of Eden. You'll be thrown out into the sick bed, into the hospital, whatever the case may be. So good luck with that. Watch out, these fourth line beings, and yeah. The 2-4. You go to the 2-5. Sorry, you go to the 2-5. 2-5. You go to the 2-5 sitting on a palm tree in Eden. And you say, you have to go now. They say, get out of here. I don't want you to go. Go, you go. Tell me what happens, but I'm staying. But what do you mean you're staying? You can't stay. You're being thrown out. Well, this is an illusion, and I'm being to pretend I'm staying. It's absolute refusal to accept it. Have you ever seen these people? An archetype of this is your child of an entrepreneur who has made hundreds of millions of dollars, and it all disappears in a bubble overnight. Overnight, you go from being wealthy to being ordinary middle class, and there is the child who is the 2-4 on this cross, still acting like nothing has happened. What do you mean we don't have enough money? It's like nothing has happened. It's refused to admit it. 20 years later, they still be carrying the same nothing has happened. And of course, it negatively affects their reputation because other people see right through them, see right through the 2-5 phoniness. And one of the things about Eden is that Eden is one of the 2-5 on the source of pretension. There's a great deal of pretension here. The parents that well, remember they're hidden. They're not going to bring you home in their shabby apartment. This is the kind of person that will literally go to depth in order to cover their body in what appears to be wealth. And we go home to poverty and will never bring anybody back because they don't want anybody. It's a 2-5 after all, hidden away and creating this impression that they never have left Eden. And it's more than just material in that sense. It's the way in which you express themselves. You can't forget that this crossroads is in 335, 36, 6. It leads to crisis and problems. There's a great deal of holiness connected with being thrown out of Eden and how you cover up for the loss, how you deal with the thrown into the world.